Hello, my friends. We are back with more because of Mr. Terupt. Again, no idea what chapter I'm on, but this is going to be, I don't know the number of the chapter, but I do know it's Danielle's chapter. And what just happened when I left you guys was that Anna and Jessica and Danielle had all just decided that they wanted to go to the hospital and visit Mr. Terupt, who's in a coma. So let's see how that goes. All right, here we go. Danielle's chapter. I knew Mom and Grandma would have a fit about me going to the hospital with Anna, especially with her mother, but I didn't care, not this time. I found the courage to ask them because it was important to me. We were sitting in the kitchen preparing dinner. I peeled the potatoes, Grandma peeled the apples for one of her delicious pies. Mom managed everything else. When do you think this snow's gonna be gone? Grandma asked. Farmers love to talk weather. A nice hot apple pie did sound wonderful in this cold, snowy weather. I inhaled deeply and then took the plunge. I want to go and see my teacher, I said. Anna's mother is driving her and Jessica. I'd like to go with them. You're not going anywhere with that girl and her mother. We've already told you that, Grandma snapped. Just a reminder, Danielle's grandma and mom didn't want her to go because they think that Anna's mom is a very reckless person because she had Anna when she was very young. All right, anyways. We've already told you that, Grandma snapped. Mother, Mom said, I'll handle this. Keep an eye on dinner. Danielle, come with me. I don't like it, Grandma said. Apple peels missed the pile and flew onto the floor. I'm so grateful my mom pulled me away. I love Grandma, but she's like a piece of iron, unbendable, and forget about the teacher thing. In her mind, a teacher's still a person, still the person that raps you on the knuckles with a ruler or across the backside with a paddle. She doesn't get Mr. Terupt at all. According to Grandma, this whole incident was his own fault. Seems to me that teacher of yours has only himself to blame, Grandma said one night while doing dishes. If he had more control over them boys, especially that Peter, this wouldn't have happened. I stopped drying the plate in my hands. He needed a licking months ago, and a good teacher would have given him one. My plate smashed onto the kitchen floor. I didn't mean to drop it. Mom, on the other hand, she gets it. I've told her about Mr. Terupt many times, so I know she understands how special he is. We sat on my bed, side by side, not looking at each other, but at the wall across from us. I'd hung my sketch of Mr. Terupt there. You really think you want to see him? Mom asked. Yes. It's not going to be easy. He's going to have machines and tubes hooked up to him. He's not going to look at you or say anything. I know. Luke was talking in school about his visit. He said it was scary. And I don't like you being...
Miss Henry, please call 6104.
All right. And I don't like you being around Anna or her mother, but I also think it's probably better that you go with your friends than alone. Charlie could drop me off and pick me up. The bed bounced as I twisted to face Mom. It sounded like she was about to agree. Please. All right, here we go with Anna's chapter. It was time for us to go to the hospital. Jessica and her mother were already at my house. Our mom sat in the kitchen drinking coffee, like they often do now. Jessica and I sat around with some books, but even she found it difficult to focus enough to read. Danielle's here, I announced as soon as I saw the pickup truck pull into our snowy driveway. Mom came to the porch door to greet her with me. Oh my goodness, I heard Mom say to herself. She didn't realize I was staring right at her. Same old red farm truck. Did she know that truck? I didn't get it. Hi, Danielle, I said as Danielle came up the steps. This is my mom, Terry. Hi, Danielle, Mom said. Come in out of the cold. Danielle stomped the snow off her shoes on our welcome mat. I took her coat and hung it on our rack. It's nice to finally meet you. Anna has told me so much about you, Mom said. They shook hands. It's nice to meet you too, ma'am, Danielle said back. Thank you for letting me come with you. I'm glad you could join us, Mom said, and you can call me Terry. I led Danielle farther into the house. When I looked back, Mom stood gazing out the door. After a few long seconds, she turned away. She smiled and said, why don't you give Danielle a quick tour of the house and hang out for a few minutes, then we'll go. What were you looking at? I asked. Nothing really. That's my brother Charlie who dropped me off, Danielle said. I didn't know you had a brother, I said. Yeah, he's 27, a lot older than me. He works on the farm with my dad and grandpa. I looked at Mom. She's 27 too. He drives that red Ford everywhere, Danielle said. Always has, Mom said. Does it still have a dent in the driver's side door? Yes, ma'am, Danielle said. My jaw dropped. What was going on? How did Mom know that? And why wasn't Danielle as shocked as me about her knowing? I looked at Mom, but before I could get anything out of my mouth, I didn't know what to say anyway, she said, a quick tour, Anna. All right, that is the end of Anna's chapter. That was kind of strange. I wonder what's going on. All right, here we go. Here is Danielle again. You're young, just like my brother, I wanted to say to Anna's mother, but I didn't want to be disrespectful, so I didn't say anything as she stood staring out the door at Charlie. I could tell Anna was playing matchmaker again, but I didn't say anything about that either. My family would never want to see Charlie and Terry together. Never. I also met Jessica's mom. She's very nice. You can call me Julie or Mrs. Reitman, whichever you're more comfortable saying, she said. Anna's house was simple but nice. I guess you didn't need a big old house when it was only you and your mom. The thing I liked best about Anna's place was the artwork hanging on some of the walls. I took a closer look at one sketch and read the name Terry Adams at the bottom. Anna's mother was an artist? I looked down at the sketch I held in my hands, the ones that came from my bedroom wall. I had brought it to leave in Mr. Terupt's room. Miss Adams must have noticed me looking at her work and my work. Is that one of your sketches? She asked. Anna has told me that you're a beautiful artist. I held the drawing out for her to see, but I didn't say anything. Well, I'd say Anna was right. This is a lovely piece, Danielle. Thank you, ma'am, I said. You've done some wonderful things with shadowing and texture. She pointed out different areas of my sketch. I'm not sure what that means, ma'am, but thank you. Next time you come over, I'd be happy to do some sketching with you, she said, and I'll give you a few pointers if you'd like. Next time I come over, she had said. Anna and Jessica had told her mom. Anna and Jessica and her mom joined us. Told you she was an amazing sketch artist, Anna said to her mom. Miss Adams smiled at us. Come on, Danielle, I'll show you some of my mom's other drawing in my bedroom. I followed Anna, but not before I returned Mrs. Adams' smile. I wonder what could possibly be the bad influence in Anna's house. I liked it here, and I liked the two people who lived here. I also knew Grandma wouldn't be as easily convinced. After hanging out in Anna's bedroom, it was time to go. On the car ride, the three of us sat in the back seat. Jessica held her book, Anna held her plant, and I held my special sketch. We were all quiet. I stared out the window at the passing snowbanks and tried to keep from thinking about the snowball day, but that was impossible. For the rest of my life, I knew that snow would trigger my memory of the accident. And that is the end of Danielle's chapter, and we will start next time with Jessica's. So I will see you then. Bye, guys.